Let's take you to one of our top stories. The city of Tshwane's council meeting took an interesting turn when EFF councillors disrupted the meeting. Finance MMC Peter Sutton was due to deliver the city's budget for the 2023-24 financial year, and we do understand that that has just gotten underway. The city has had its hands full with the crisis in Hammanskraal. 17 people now we know have died following the cholera outbreak in the area, and SABC News reporter Patricia Visagie is there and joins us live now. Patricia, just before we come to you, I'd like for us to show the viewers what happened earlier, and you can give us some context. Tell us what was happening there.
Well, good evening, Bongi, where certainly the drama in the Tshwane Council again rang its ugly head. The EFF basically saying to the Tshwane Mayor, Brink, that he must prove that the water in Hammanskraal is indeed cholera-free, as he has been stating since over the weekend, that after, of course, the city of Tshwane had conducted some of its tests to the water there. Their test results came back and showed that there were no traces of cholera in the water there. And the EFF is basically saying that the city mayor should put his money where his mouth is. He must have a taste of his own medicine. He was basically saying that Brink must prove that this water is indeed as clean as he has been saying by drinking this water. It was also a demand that was made to the Speaker, the MMC, but of course they did not drink the water. That caused major disruptions. The budget speech that was supposed to be delivered this morning is only being delivered now by the MMC for Finance, Peter Sutton. This after back and forth, major adjournments, and as I said, disruptions. The EFF and the ANC are not in council. They have staged a walkout, and this one has to do with the fact that Brink refused to drink the water. The second issue that, of course, left the ANC in particular fuming was how the budget speech was actually introduced to the public. It was leaked this morning around 12 o'clock by the, of course, city officials and the mayoral committee, and of course the mayor. And the ANC was saying that this is unlawful. They feel that council is being undermined, again flouting, the important processes, as the budget has to be tabled, it has to be seen by the councillors before it can actually be introduced formally to the public. But it was done the other way around. The public got the budget first, and it's only being delivered now. And the ANC was saying that they're not going to sit here being undermined, and again, the DA-led coalition doing as they please, not following the rules as expected. The EFF has also left. So basically, the MMC is delivering the budget as we speak without these two political parties being present.
And Patricia, one of the things that we've also seen in Tshwane over time is that the issue of officials being asked to drink the water is not something new. We also saw it a few years ago when some of the officials were there. You think of someone like Abel Dow, for example, at some point saying that the water, tastes okay. And the issue of this taste and the smell of the water in Hammanskraal has been a huge talking point, and one wonders how even the residents of Hammanskraal are watching these proceedings unfold, and they themselves not prepared to drink the water that they claim is safe.
And it goes back to credible leadership, doesn't it, Bongiwe? How the very same people who are leading certain, sectors of society, how they are supposed to be believed, credibility and integrity. If it was about credible and leadership that's believable, that political will that we're always talking about, then surely they would actually drink the water that they expect the people of Hammanskraal to drink. I mean, we're talking about children here who are also affected. Some of them have actually lost their lives, and that is what the fight today in council is about. The EFF saying that it cannot be business as usual when people, vulnerable people, marginalized people in the Hammanskraal township are actually subjected to water that is not fit for human consumption. And here in council, you expect that it should be business as usual. They're also angry that the mayor came out very confidently saying that there are no traces of cholera in this water, but saying that if that is the case, then drink the water. Prove to the public that your statement is believed by yourself before they should actually believe in this particular statement. So today we see obviously a turnaround of the aversion, them talking about that they will do whatever it takes, the 450 million rand that has been set aside to deal with the issue at the Rooival wastewater treatment plant that is actually at the center of the ongoing water crisis in Hammanskraal. We've also heard the EFF coming out very strongly saying that there's a lot of money that has been spent over the years. We're talking about billions of rand. Again, the issue around entrepreneur Edwin Sodi coming to the fore, them saying that they want proper investigations as to what happened to the money that was allocated to him, the tender that was allocated to him that was also supposed to, deal with the water crisis, in particular in Hammanskraal. So it's a lot of issues. And of course, the politicians here as well fighting over it. But Bongiwe, the other, I think, important issue, which is really unfortunate, is also how we see that this issue in Hammanskraal for many years has been treated like a political football where it turns into cheap point scoring. Politicians from the various political parties really drawing a political mileage out of this at the expense of vulnerable people who are only fighting for a basic human right, and that is water. So you ask yourself, after so many years, we're talking about close to 3 decades of them failing the people of Hammanskraal, will they at this time apply their conscience and actually do the right thing here?
And of course, Patricia, as you say, I mean, one thinks back to just the recent local government elections. It was a big campaigning point for some of those who are hoping that people vote for them. So really quite a lot coming out from this. And as you say, 450 million rand now being set aside to really be spent over the next 3 years to upgrade this particular water treatment plant. So it begs the question, will the money be utilized for this particular purpose that it is intended to? So let me thank you for your time, Patricia, as you go back to watch what is happening there in council. That's SABC News reporter Patricia Visagie.